Hello, good day, and welcome to another interesting and exciting segment of the newspaper review for today, the 8th of March 2022. My name is Cyril Aloysius, reaching you here from Thav TV, Port Harcourt, River State, Nigeria. And of course, as usual, it is my pleasure to bring you the newspaper headlines. But before I do that for today, we will be going on a quick break. And when we come back, I'll bring you the headlines in full. Do stay with us. All right, you are welcome back from that quick break and taking you straight now to our first paper for today. We have amongst the headlines in this day newspaper, Bello serves notice for APC NEC. Bello serves notice for APC NEC meeting. Moves to stabilize party. Bello serves notice for APC NEC meeting. Moves to stabilize party. And next, in this day, we have alleged cocaine deals. Alleged cocaine deals. Court orders carry. Others remand in NDLEA's custody till March 14th. Court orders carry. Others remand in NDLEA's custody till March 14th. Next, in this day, we have National Assembly. National Assembly suspends amendments. National Assembly suspends amendments pending legal advice. After court order, National Assembly suspends amendments pending legal advice. After court order. No arm of government can stop National Assembly from working, says Senate Minority Leader. No arm of government can stop National Assembly from working, says Senate Minority Leader. And next in this day we have NURPC gives notice of withdrawal of award to bid winners over refusal to progress with SPV. That's on page 5 on this day. NURPC gives notice of withdrawal of award to bid winners over refusal to progress with SPV on page 5 of this day newspaper. And lastly, on this day for today, we have here NCDMB. Afrexim Bank invested over $42 billion in African enterprises in 5 years. Afrexim Bank invested over $42 billion in African enterprises in 5 years. Right? That's the much we can take on this day. You want more information on those headlines, do get a copy of this day for yourself. And taking you straight now to the Punch newspaper for today, we have amongst the headlines in the Punch, governors dump Buni, back Bello as confusion reigns in APC. Governors dump Buni, back Bello as confusion reigns in APC. That's on page 2 of the Punch. Next in the Punch we have drug ring, carry, others remanded, co-accused plead guilty. Carry, others remanded, co-accused plead guilty. That's on page 7 of the Punch. Next in the Punch we have missing lady's corpse recovered. Missing lady's corpse recovered. BRT driver arrested. Lawyers tackle Lagos. Missing lady's corpse recovered. BRT driver arrested. Lawyers tackle Lagos. That's on page 4 and 5 of the Punch newspaper. And next in the Punch for today, we have Igboho can leave Benin Republic despite release. Igboho can't leave Benin Republic despite release. I beg your pardon. That's according to lawyer. Igboho cannot leave Benin Republic despite release, according to lawyer. That's on page 18 of the Punch for today. And Next in the Punch, we have NNPC moves to acquire federal government power plants, meets BPE. NNPC moves to acquire FG's power plants, meets BPE. That's on page 27 of the Punch for today. And lastly, in the Punch for today, we have Customs bow to pressure. Customs bow to pressure. Suspend evaluation of imported vehicles. Customs bow to pressure. Suspend evaluation of imported vehicles. That's on page 32 of the Punch newspaper. You want more information on those headlines, do get a copy of the Punch for yourself. And taking you straight now to our next paper for today, we have in the Nation, confusion in APC over caretaker boss Buni's fate. Confusion in APC over caretaker boss Buni's fate. Niger Governor Sani Bello takes over. Yobe Governor rushing back from Dubai. Next in the Nation for today, we have NEITI. 51 oil gas firms owe federal government 1.32 trillion naira. 51 oil gas firms owe federal government 1.32 trillion naira. That's on page 7 of the Nation. And next in the Nation, we have crisis-ridden Osun PDP holds primary. Crisis-ridden Osun PDP holds primary. That's on page 8 of the Nation. And next in the Nation, we have we fled Ukraine dodging Russian bullets and bombs. We fled Ukraine dodging Russian bullets and bombs. Nigerian students relieve ordeal. We fled Ukraine dodging Russian bullets and bombs. Nigerian students relieve ordeal. All right, taking you straight now to the leadership for today. We have amongst the headlines in the leadership: uncertainty over Buni's fate as Sani Bello takes charge of APC affairs. Uncertainty over Buni's fate as Sani Bello takes charge of APC affairs. That's on page 4 of the leadership. And next in the leadership, we have we won't tolerate Nigerians joining Ukraine army. We won't tolerate Nigerians joining Ukraine army. That's according to federal government on page 4 of the leadership. And next in the leadership, we have at last Benin Republic releases Igboho. At last Benin Republic releases Igboho. That's on page 6 of the leadership. And next we have Customs bows to pressure, suspends VIN automation system. Customs bow to pressure, suspends VIN automation system. That's on page 26 of the leadership. And lastly, in the leadership, we have here court to PMB, AGF, don't tamper with Electoral Act 2022. Court to PMB and AGF, don't tamper with Electoral Act 2022. That's on page 8 of the leadership. Okay, taking you straight now to our last paper for today. We have amongst the headlines in the Nigerian Tribune: Niger Governor assumes APC chair. Niger Governor assumes APC chair, says, I have Buhari's blessings. Niger Governor assumes APC chair, says, I have Buhari's blessing. Next, we have FG gives 7-man committee 3 months to renegotiate with ASU. FG gives 7-man committee 3 months to renegotiate with ASU. That's on page 25 of the Nigerian Tribune. And next, we have I was not sacked by IBB for fraud. I was not sacked by IBB for fraud, according to Falae. That's on page 2 of the Nigerian Tribune. And next, we have 2023. Obasanjo writes about corrupt presidential aspirants. But 2022, Obasanjo writes about corrupt presidential aspirants. But EFCC chairman, according to EFCC chairman, he says Obasanjo writes about corrupt presidential aspirants. But that's on page 8 of the Nigerian Tribune. And lastly, in the Nigerian Tribune for today, we have court stops Buhari, Malami, Lawan from tampering with Electoral Act. Court stops Buhari, Malami, Lawan from tampering with Electoral Act. That's on page 2 of the Nigerian Tribune. Okay, that's the much we can take in the newspaper headlines for today. Thank you so much for staying with us. And right about now, we will be going on a quick break. And when we return, of course, I will be joined by my lovely guest who will be talking on some of the headlines in today's papers. Do stay with us as we return from this break. Okay, guys, you're welcome back from that quick break. And right about now, I am being joined by my lovely guest, Mr. Victor, who will be talking on some of the headlines in today's papers. Mr. Victor, you're welcome. Welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Victor, today is International Women's Day, and it's quite unfortunate that we have woken up to the headline of a lady who was killed by a BRT driver in Lagos State. So I don't know what you make of that particular headline.
Okay.
At the moment, women are not happy. Women are not really happy. It's almost like they are now being deliberately killed by men for whatever reasons we don't know. The news of men's violence against women is becoming too rampant, and I think this is just one of them. So what do you make of that particular headline?
It's really a sad one coming from Lagos, Nigeria. And before now, we got the information about some 2-3 days ago about the UN report that 48% of women in the world face domestic violence, and the COVID era really heightened the values. Okay, 48%. You know what that means? Women are going through a lot. And recently, we noticed that in Nigeria, ritual killings has also increased. And the targets mostly are women. And they go after their private parts, which is very sad. And you wonder why the increment in these kind of crimes in this country. We got the report from Lagos that this young lady, a 21-year-old lady, Oluwa Bamise, after closing of work that day, she boarded the BRT bus, Chevron axis of Lekki, Chevron bus stop in Lekki. She boarded the BRT heading to Oshodi. On their way, she noticed that the driver stopped carrying persons. And it was just her. So she quickly called her friend to say, look at what I'm experiencing. Please give me an advice. The friend said that she should find a way and leave that vehicle. And that was the last communication she could make.
But Mr. Victor, is it that because usually before now there's this should I say normal talk that people talk? They say, okay, because most women refuse to stay with their broke boyfriends, they want to chill with the big boys. That's what has led to most of them being used for ritual in an attempt to always want to chill with the big boys. But from this story, it is obvious that this lady didn't do any of that.
Yeah, this is
are we now saying that
they're chilling with the big boy thing? I think it's just a minute fraction. Women nowadays in Nigeria, they hustle.
Yes.
They hustle so hard more than men in many cases, in many climes. That's why you see in banks. Women are taking the apex position.
So-
They are directors.
So what could be the problem and what could be the solution? Okay, what could be the solution right now? Because this is getting out of hand. It is really getting out of hand. It's almost like women can't trust men anymore. You try to live with somebody or get associated with somebody. Next thing you're being used for one ritual or the other. What's going on?
My take on this is in terms of how do we stop this?
Yes.
Maximum punishment. You kill somebody, and
Yes.
you find out that this person killed, that you make the necessary
You're killed as well, yes.
investigations and find out that this really happened. Eliminate.
Yes.
Take off that person from the society, and make sure that other culprits, not just the head of the or the, will I say, there's a cartel there usually, because you can't just kill somebody and just carry the body.
Yes,
somewhere.
yes,
You're
yes.
taking the body or the private part to
Somewhere to sell, yes.
Okay. In many cases, some persons, their job is they are more like middlemen,
Yes.
to get these parts,
To buy the parts.
and then sell to a market. So the third party should be prosecuted.
Yes.
The buyer should be prosecuted.
And this should also include those Boko Haram members who have been caught by the federal government and all those other bandits who have been caught, because they have also
The
killed people.
killing is too much in this country.
They have also
And
killed people
people
as
are
well.
getting away.
Because you see,
And some are being slapped on the wrist
yes,
for committing such crime.
because you see somebody after killing billions coming out tomorrow to say, I've repented.
I beg you.
I'm not. We see it in
yes,
this country
now, I
now.
beg you.
And then
Prosecute.
government, and then they'll arrest them.
Prosecute.
And after a few months of detention, you hear that the court have granted them bail, and then that's the end of
And
the
how
story.
can a pastor come out tomorrow and say, I killed people while I was in school, I'm not
And
born
he's
again,
still
and you're still
working.
there, and you did not investigate the case to find out what happened and prosecute the person.
So we need to.
My
so
brother.
if I get you correctly, we need to. Should I say? If it were in the Old Testament, to say an eye for an eye. I think that should work now.
Yes.
Because with the way things are going, honestly, I see no other solution. But if someone knows that if I'm being caught while killing somebody, or they found out that I killed somebody, I'll be killed as well, I think they'll sit up.
Yeah. And luckily in her case, the suspected murderer has been caught.
Okay?
Okay. I just want them to not just stop there. They should find out accomplice. Find out the sponsors.
Okay?
Find out the full trail of what happened, and let everybody face the wrath of the law.
It's a really sad one, but unfortunately we have to draw the curtain on a particular headline. Finally, Igboho has been released by Benin Republic. Finally. So I don't know what you make of that particular headline.
Okay, Igboho, who is an activist from the Yoruba end of the nation.
Yes.
Some people equate him as the Nnamdi Kanu of the Yoruba land. Okay, he's really outspoken, and he had spoken against the government because that he feels that the Yoruba nation they have been disenfranchised in many ways, and they have been also marginalized. So in June of 2020, he was arrested. No, he wasn't arrested, rather. His house was, will I say, the DSS persons, or the DSS police arm, they came to the house and they invaded. Yeah, there was an invasion in his house. That's the right word. Okay? And this invasion happened that he escaped.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm saying that he used his juju powers to escape. But unfortunately, 2 persons died during the invasion.
Okay.
Yeah, during the invasion. And about 13 persons were arrested. Okay. Guns were found in his house. Not 1, not 2. AK-47 to be precise. Magazines, more than 30 were found in his house.
Okay.
And other weapons. So the next news we had was that he was no longer in Nigeria. Lo and behold, he was caught in Benin Republic, trying to travel to Germany, where he wanted to go claim asylum. In as much as they say he has traveling documents, German traveling documents, but he was arrested by the Benin government. Okay, you know, Nigeria and Benin government, they have very strong ties, diplomatic ties. So they were able to make this happen at the Nigerian government because they worked in hand with the Benin Republic to hold him down. So over some time, he has pleaded, he has applied for bail, but it wasn't forthcoming. Till he used the strategy of health. I don't know whether he's
which is not in any way new to us.
But yeah, yes. that's the trending thing.
Usual,
yeah, that's the trending thing. So he used that strategy, but they did not listen to him. Not until yesterday we heard that he's been released, and the release has been attributed attributed to the
to his health condition.
No, not just to the health. I mean, in terms of persons that were able to enforce this release. Okay. Professor Shewonyeka and Akintoye, a very popular professor in the Yoruba land. They were able to help him get out. But right now, he's not going to come back to Nigeria. The clauses are there, 2 clauses. He will be in Benin Republic, in Cotonou, for the meantime, and he will not officiate or conduct any rally. That's to tell you that the government of Nigeria and the Benin people really worked in hand.
Yes.
Because on a normal, when you release such person, fire upon fire, he'll go back to protest. Okay? So it's a win-win. It's a win-win for both parties because he wants to be released.
And definitely someone...
And a win for the government because he won't attack them. Especially in a time like this, elections are close by. Okay.
Definitely someone who is just coming out from such a situation would definitely want to lie low for the meantime. He wouldn't want to...
Are you sure? Go and release Nnamdi Kanu.
No, I mean...
That is why...
Every reasonable human being in his right thinking mind who has been in such a situation and then all of a sudden he or she gets released would not just do something to spark up attention again or want attention.
You are coming from a gentlemanistic point of view. Okay, these persons have they are ready to sacrifice their life for their movements. Okay, so I don't think somebody like Igboho. I don't think he's that kind of person.
You don't think so? Okay.
I don't.
Okay. All right. That's let's draw the course on that particular headline. So, what do you make of governors dumping Buni and sponsoring Bello? Because there's confusion in APC at the moment.
It's the peak of confusion in APC.
Yes.
In fact, somebody even came up to say APC is now a party of postponement. Okay, the African Postponement Congress. I said more like they are just always postponing their conventions rather. So it's happening again. Remember, March 26th is the date for their convention, and people even beforehand they were saying that Buni, as a Mai Mala Buni, the caretaker chairman, that they are not sure that he wants to do this convention. Remember, if they don't do it March, by April, the fasting period starts, and it will be moved to May. And INEC has given the deadline of June that everybody has to come up, the political parties have to come up with their candidates. Remember, we are just talking about party leadership. We've not started talking about, as in APC party leadership. We've not started talking about presidential primaries and all that.
Yes.
Just for them to pull out their leaders in different offices. That is just the problem.
Okay.
Now, Buni on his own went for, in fact, where do I start? Let me start from the president. Remember, the president was supposed to travel from Kenya to London, straight up from Kenya to London last week. But he called it off cut off the traveling from Kenya to London. He had to come back to Abuja. And all fingers are pointing that he came back to Nigeria or to Abuja for this meeting, for the APC reshuffling. Okay? Before he jetted out on Sunday. In fact, when he came back, people were like, wow! It's like he heard a cry of Nigerians that say, he should not, why would he be traveling for his medical trip again? Nah, not on the Sunday evening. He jetted out.
Wow.
So by Monday, meaning yesterday, all these things started happening. Buni, on his own, also jetted out. Buni has not been in Nigeria. This time around, he went to Dubai for medical treatment. My brother.
They keep traveling out for medical checkup.
Madam,
they keep traveling out for medical checkup, but they have refused to develop the medical sector of their own country.
Madam is out, as in Aisha,
the
wife of the president. She's in Dubai. She's been in Dubai. But the report is saying that she now lives in Dubai. Oga Presido is in the UK for medical reasons.
We are all living la vida loca.
APC head, APC chairman, caretaker chairman though, is in Dubai for medical treatment. My brother, is Dubai and UK, are they the 37th and the 38th states in Nigeria? The way these officials, these political office holders, they go to these cities, Dubai and London, my brother.
I'm beginning to suspect foul play.
They should please get us a senator there that will be representing us from that side.
Suspecting foul play.
And House of Representative members.
Yes.
It's too much, my brother. Okay, going back to the APC gist. Now, there is a new head, a new caretaker chairman in the name of Bello, the governor of Niger State. Governor Bello happened to be the deputy caretaker chairman. More like you have Buni, you have Bello. Buni on his own made the trip for his medical reasons. And they were like, now, see, let's use this opportunity in quotes from reports. Buni, please step aside. Let Bello continue and make sure that this convention will hold. Because Buni on his own, they say that he is nursing vice presidential ambition. And that is the reason why he is postponing this Congress to happen, so that at the tail end, when it's almost too late, he can, with his power, get a presidential aspirant that he can hold, that can be...
That he can manipulate,
Yes.
Can control.
That he can control, that's the right word. That he can control, that will make him vice president.
Okay.
Okay, vice presidential aspirant.
Okay.
Are you getting that?
Yeah.
So, many governors and APC big whips are against him, and they just want to throw him out. But by today, he'll be coming back. And I believe by the time he comes back, there will be more fire.
Waiting for him.
Fire upon fire. APC, if they don't take their time and solve this, how can you, with what the Buni side or the Buni faction they are saying, how can Bello be the chairman without the NEC, as in the National Executive Council meeting? There was no meeting. You just come up and they asked Bello, Oga, why are you here? He was like,
I suspect there's a foul play somewhere.
That Buhari, as the president, has given him the blessings.
Yes, that he has
Buhari's blessings.
Yes.
So, where are the documents? Where are the documents to show that this power has been given to you? There was no meeting, or the meeting that we should know. There was no official meeting. All of a sudden, boom, you are now the caretaker chairman. I think they need to do something about that. Unless this part, the APC, oh my God. If they don't take it
thank you very
easy.
much for sharing your thoughts on that particular headline. Unfortunately, we have to draw the curtain on that particular headline. And lastly, before we call it a day, Abakari's drug issue again. We have here drug ring, Kyari, others remanded, co-accused plead guilty. that's still on Abakari again. So before we go, I don't know if you have anything to say on that
Yes,
particular.
we have 3 non-police officers involved in this case, and we have about 6 police officers.
Okay.
The DCP, Abakari, and the rest.
Yes.
Yesterday, there was a big shock in the court, Federal High Court, Abuja, that the non-police persons, or the civilians involved, out of 3, remember, 1 is still at large. His name is Ike. But we have Patrick. Okay, we have Patrick, we have Emeka, we have Ike. Ike is at large. You're looking for Ike. But the 2 other persons around, shockingly, they gave in and said, we are guilty of these charges. That even Abakari's lawyer was like, my lord, was like, he called out the judge, say, the judge, please, we need to investigate this matter. These persons, they do not they don't have the right information for them to say that they are guilty. Please allow us, give us time to settle.
How is that? How does he know, number one? How is it his business? Somebody is telling you I'm guilty.
There was a big shock.
Somebody is saying I am guilty, and you're telling the judge that that the person does not know what he's saying.
They want to consult with them properly.
Immediately, if I was a judge, immediately they would have conducted a psychiatric test on that particular person what his name is. The lawyer is saying that
senior advocate of Nigeria, mind you, he's a very big lawyer.
That's what I'm saying now.
Also, I'm wondering, this is a police officer, a DCP, right? Having a son, you know what it means to hire a son, and 13 other lawyers behind him. That's 14 lawyers. That is power. That is money talking. Well, that aside,
but do you think his money will save him at this particular point in time?
Nigeria, anything can happen, my brother.
Do you see his money save him at the moment?
Nigeria, anything can happen.
Anything can happen, yes, but not when we are seeing the outcome glaringly. We are seeing what should be the outcome glaringly. If the court does otherwise in this case, then I think their integrity should be called to question. Because it is quite obvious that Kyari at this moment should be nailed, regardless of whatever excuse he comes up with. There are video evidence to prove his guilt. So whatever.
And for the fact that the accomplice, as in these civilians,
has admitted to committing the crime,
my brother,
there is no. In fact, if you ask me, I will tell you the case is already settled. All they are doing now is just for formalities. But if I were the judge, which of course I'm not the judge, I believe I should know what to do at the particular point. Someone has said I'm guilty, and then someone is saying he doesn't know what he's saying. What's that? What's that? So, Mr. Victor, let's call it a day. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you so much. And for you who has been there watching us, thank you so much for sticking with us. Without you, we would not be here. Please do want to follow us on all our social media handles. On YouTube is at Thav TV. On Instagram is at Thav TV_NG. On Facebook is at Thav TV. And on Twitter is at Thav TV. My name remains Cyril Aloysius. And until I come your way again tomorrow, do have a wonderful day.
And happy Women's Day.
And happy Women's Day.